If you love ignoring main quests, chasing sunsets, and hoarding side quests like collectibles, you're in the right place. I'm Dustin, and here are 17 open-world games that'll consume your weekends, ruin your sleep, and make you love every second of it. Let's go. Number 17, Ghost of Tsushima. Director's Cut. Let's start with something poetic. This isn't just an open world. It's a living painting of feudal Japan, dipped in autumn leaves, bloodstains, and honor. You play as Jin Sakai, a samurai forced to adapt and adopt guerrilla tactics to repel a Mongol invasion. And the way the game shows his internal struggle, it's not just told, it's felt, through subtle animations, camera framing, and even how side characters react to your methods. Exploration is guided by nature itself, no intrusive HUD. The wind becomes your waypoint. A fox may lead you to a shrine. A golden bird might tug you toward a secret duel. Every inch of the world feels like it belongs in an art museum, yet somehow it never sacrifices interactivity. Combat-wise, it's sharp. Literally, you have 4 stances, each designed for different enemy types. And switching between the mid-fight is just chef's kiss. Add the director's cut content, Iki Island, and you've got a meaty, emotional expansion that goes deeper into Jin's past and throws a few gameplay twists into mix. If your idea of open-world perfection is emotional storytelling blended with masterfully directed sword combat, this one's essential. Number 16, Elden Ring. Look, you already know. Elden Ring isn't just an open-world game. It's from Software Unleashed. Gone are the tight corridors of Dark Souls. In their place, a sprawling, cryptic continent where every path leads to pain or beauty, sometimes both. You start off as a nobody, naked, underleveled, and confused. And that confusion, it's intentional. There are no quest markers, no guiding hand. If you see a golden tree in the distance, you ride toward it. And that sense of directionless freedom is where the game thrives. The lands between are filled with moments that feel handcrafted just for you. Stumbling into a fog-covered mausoleum only to find a boss that punches planets, or casually opening a chest and getting teleported to hell. Combat is from Soft Signature. Weighty, brutal, but flexible. Want to be a samurai? Sure. A wizard with a moon sword? Go ahead. A naked guy with a big club named Bonk? All valid. Co-op and PvP are seamless and chaotic, and the lore is deeper than most fantasy novels. Elden Ring doesn't just earn its place here. It redefined what open-world design could be. Number 15, Dying Light 2. Stay human. Take Mirror's Edge, add zombies, stir in moral ambiguity, and crank the verticality to 11. That's Dying Light 2. Set in the massive city of Vildur. You play as Aiden, a guy with the legs of an Olympic free runner and the trauma of 10 backstories. The real star here is a movement system. Smooth, satisfying parkour that turns a whole city into a jungle gym of survival. Vaulting across rooftops, grappling, wall running. It's not just traversal, it's combat. And speaking of combat, melee hits thud with weight. You feel every baseball bat swing, every machete slash, and every exploding infected flying off a rooftop. It's gory and it's glorious. But what elevates this game beyond its mechanics is choice. Your decisions reshape the world. Side with the peacekeepers, you'll get traps and order. Go with the survivors, you'll unlock more traversal tools like zip lines and jump pads. And these aren't minor flavor changes. Entire districts evolve based on your choices. Nighttime isn't just cosmetic, it's terrifying. Stronger infected come out. You're being hunted. Suddenly that open world becomes claustrophobic. Dying Light 2 doesn't just check boxes. It commits to its ideas. Parkour matters, choices matter, and staying alive feels earned. Number 14, Dragon's Dogma 2. Capcom finally brought back the cult classic, and boy, did they crank the ambition knob to max. Dragon's Dogma 2 isn't about filling a map with icons, it's about emergence. It's about setting out for a simple fetch quest and ending up on a mountainside at midnight, fending off a griffin that ambushed your party, only to be rescued by a passing band of NPCs who may or may not survive depending on the physics engine. You create your own character, and your pawn, a customizable AI companion who fights with you, learns from you, and helps others online. They're not just sidekicks. They're a personality-rich second protagonist. The class system is insane. You're not just a mage. You're a levitating, spell-slinging god with meteor showers. Or a rogue who can pin a cyclops eye with a perfectly aimed arrow midair. You can change vocations anytime and mix them to absurd degrees. What makes DD2 special is how alive the world is. There's no level scaling. Danger is real. You can go anywhere, but maybe you shouldn't. Quests don't wait for you. NPCs go about their lives, and some can die permanently. It creates this organic tension and immersion that most games avoid because it's too risky. But Dragon's Dogma too embraces risk, and that's what makes it unforgettable. Number 13, Horizon Forbidden West. Aloy is back, and this time, she brought a robot pterodactyl. Yeah, let's talk about it. Forbidden West expands on everything Horizon Zero Dawn did right. The lush environments, the brilliant world building, and the addictively tactile combat, but makes it bigger, weirder, and somehow even more gorgeous. Set in a post-apocalyptic western U.S., you're exploring ruined cities swallowed by jungle, vast deserts roamed by mechanical elephants, and underwater ruins that feel like you're trespassing in someone else's memory. Traversal is smoother. You can now climb almost any rock face, glide off mountaintops, and eventually soar across the skies. It's Breath of the Wild meets Cyberzoo meets sci-fi mystery. But it's not just about looks. The gameplay systems are deep. Weapons have elemental variants. Machines have weak spots you can literally shoot off and harvest. Human enemies now pose a real challenge, too. The story leans into heavy sci-fi, AI gods, clone mysteries, and world-ending stakes. But at its heart, it's still about survival, purpose, and reclaiming a shattered world. Forbidden West is a rare sequel that doesn't just match its predecessor, it outpaces it. And with the Burning Shores DLC pushing visuals to new extremes, this game proves that open-world design is far from stale. Number 12, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This isn't just an open-world game. It's an open odyssey, literally. Assassin's Creed Odyssey dropped the series' stealth-heavy roots and swan-dived into full-blown RPG territory. And while some purists clutched their hidden blades, the rest of us, we were too busy drop-kicking Spartans off cliffs to care. Set in ancient Greece during the Peloponnesian War, you play as Cassandra or Alexios, mercenaries caught between gods, politics, and family drama with more twists than a Greek tragedy. The map? Massive. We're talking an absurd number of islands, ruins, war zones, co-conspiracies, and yes, you can seduce half the cast. The combat feels crunchy and fast, with special moves ripped straight out in anime. Spears that explode. Spartan kicks that send enemies flying off temple roofs. Assassin's Creed? More like Mythical Brawler's Creed. And the gear system? It's Diablo-esque, with loot drops, stats, enchantments, and build options that actually matter. Plus, naval combat returns in all its ocean-spraying glory, letting you captain your own ship, recruit a crew, and ram pirate fleets into oblivion. Odyssey is what happens when a franchise reinvents itself and actually nails it. It's over the top, shamelessly RPG, and somehow still feels like you're exploring a living, breathing, ancient world. If you're into vast worlds with rich lore, high-stakes choices, and ridiculous freedom, welcome to Greece. Number 11, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Breath of the Wild was already a masterpiece. Tears of the Kingdom is Nintendo, saying, "Cool, now watch this," and then building a whole other world above the first one. Tears takes everything that made Breath of the Wild revolutionary, the physics engine, open-ended puzzles, organic exploration, and cranks it into the stratosphere. Literally, sky islands, underground chasms, giant time rewind battles midair. It's like someone gave Link an engineering degree and said, "Have at it." The big mechanic? Ultra Hand and Fuse. Now you can build actual vehicles. Hovercrafts, war wagons, gliders, flying death traps. If it has parts, you can slap them together. And it's not just a gimmick. These contraptions solve puzzles, bypass obstacles, or just let you fly into chaos like a medieval Iron Man. Narratively, it's deeper and darker. Zelda and Link's bond is front and center. The villain, Ganondorf? Terrifying again. The world feels post-apocalyptic now. More rebuilt, more populated, and somehow even more mysterious. Tears of the Kingdom respects your intelligence. It doesn't guide you, it dares you. Climb that peak, dive into that bottomless pit, fuse a sword or a rake, and fight a moblin. It all works, and it's all brilliant. If Breath of the Wild was a revolution, Tears of the Kingdom is evolution, and it's glorious. Number 10, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. Remember when Cyberpunk 2077 launched, and half the game was missing or bugged beyond recognition? Yeah, CD Projekt Red remembered too, and they spent the next 3 years rebuilding it. And with Phantom Liberty and the 2.0 update, it's finally what it should have been, and then some. You're still V, the Merc-turned cybernetic time bomb in Night City. But Phantom Liberty flips the vibe into espionage thriller territory. Think Cyberpunk meets John Wick meets Black Ops. Idris Elba joins the cast as Solomon Reed, and he nails it. His character adds real moral depth to a plot that's already dancing with themes of identity, betrayal, and power. The updated mechanics? Massive overhaul. Skill trees are rebuilt. Everything matters now. Cyberware isn't just cosmetic. It's your build. Want to turn invisible and knife people like a cyber ninja? Go nuts. Want to be a walking tank with gorilla arms? Do it. The systems finally feel weighty and satisfying. And Dogtown, the new zone, is dense, dangerous, and drips with atmosphere. New gigs, new cars, proper car combat, enemy AI upgrades. It feels like GTA meets Deus Ex with the polish of prestige RPG. Cyberpunk's comeback arc isn't just impressive. It's inspiring. If you skipped it at launch, now's the time. If you played it already, trust me, it's a whole new beast. Number 9, Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead 2 isn't a game. It's a full-blown cowboy simulator layered in tragedy, tobacco smoke, and horse physics, so realistic you'll apologize after crashing into a tree. You play as Arthur Morgan, outlaw, philosopher, and walking existential crisis. His journey through the dying days of the Wild West is heartbreaking, slow-burning, and so immersive you'll forget there's a fast travel option. This world doesn't just exist. It breathes. Towns change over time. Characters remember what you've done. Roads flood, NPCs gossip, animals migrate, and your beard actually grows in real time. Combat feels punchy and cinematic. The Deadeye system lets you slow time and paint your bullets across enemies like some kind of Old West Neo. But the real game isn't in the shootouts. It's in the moments. Sitting by a campfire, hunting legendary animals, listening to a dying man's regrets. Arthur's journal. The subtle ways your morality affects how people look at you. There's nothing else like it. It's Rockstar at their most ambitious and most mature. RDR2 isn't just a top-tier open-world game. It's one of the finest storytelling experiences in gaming. Period. Number 8, Hogwarts Legacy. It took decades, but someone finally let us live out the full wizard of Hogwarts fantasy, and surprisingly, they didn't mess it up. Hogwarts Legacy drops you into the robes of a fifth-year student in the 1800s, before Harry, before Dumbledore, and way before Snape was breathing down your neck. The castle? Insanely detailed. Every hallway, classroom, and hidden room feels handcrafted, filled with secrets, puzzles, and a kind of just one more corridor exploration that steals your afternoon. The real star here is freedom. You can learn dark magic, fly around on your broom, tame magical beasts, and fight goblins in huge magical duels that look like they were choreographed by a Marvel studio. Combat is fast and fluid, more action RPG than you'd expect, and casting spells never gets old, especially when you unlock the unforgivable curses. The open world outside Hogwarts is shockingly large. You got forests, caves, towns, ruins, all filled with puzzles and random encounters. There's even a full interior decorating system for your magical room. While the story may not hit the same emotional highs as the books or films, the experience of being in that world is top-tier wish fulfillment. For Potter fans and open-world junkies alike, Hogwarts Legacy is an absolute treat. Number 7, Far Cry 5. You know the drill. Guns, chaos, wildlife attacks, and more explosions in a Michael Bay fever dream. But Far Cry 5? This one hit different. Set in the fictional Hope County, Montana, You're dropped into a rural American cult uprising. Instead of tropical islands or Himalayan cliffs, this time it's gun-toting, scripture-quoting doomsday preppers. And it's terrifyingly grounded. The world is open right from the start. No towers, no linear missions. Just you, a map, and 3 lieutenants of the project at Eden's Gate cult to take down, in any order. And how you get there, totally up to you. You can stealth around with Bao, go in loud with a light machine gun, or just let your pet cougar named Peaches handle it. Yeah, the game lets you recruit animal sidekicks and freedom-fighting NPCs. The chaos factor? Off the charts. Every region has its own flavor. Hallucinogenic drug zones, massive gunfights in cornfields, and enemy outposts so densely packed you'll forget what quiet sounds like. And when the story finally does kick into high gear, oh, it goes places. Dark places. Uncomfortable places. The ending, divisive, sure, but unforgettable. Far Cry 5 isn't just fun. It's feral, unpredictable, and sometimes even too real. That's what makes it one of the most playable Far Crys to date. Number 6, Immortals Fenyx Rising. Now this one flew under a lot of radars, which is weird because it's basically Greek mythology meets Breath of the Wild, but with more dad jokes. Immortals Fenyx Rising lets you play as Fenyx, a customizable hero who wakes up on a cursed island filled with gods, monsters, and puzzle dungeons. The world is vibrant pastel tone and split into regions inspired by different Olympian gods. It's not gritty. It's charming. Combat is fast, aerial, and mythologically accurate in the most arcade way possible. You got wings of Daedalus, god powers, a talking sword, and the ability to punch a minotaur so hard it explodes into starlight. Exploration is everything. Climb anything. Glide everywhere. Every corner of the map hides puzzles, challenges, or just weird NPCs riffing off ancient legends. Imagine Zeus and Prometheus bickering like old sitcom roommates while narrating your journey. That's the tone. It doesn't try to be ultra serious. It tries to be fun. And it works. Immortals is one of the most polished Ubisoft open-world games of the last decade. And it deserved way more love than it got. If you're into colorful worlds, goofy humor, and mythological deep cuts, this is a hidden gem. Number 5, The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt Complete Edition. You saw this coming. You knew this was coming. The Witcher 3 isn't just an open-world game. It's a gold standard, a benchmark, a game that made us all want to grow out our hair, wear 2 swords, and make questionable romantic decisions in a morally gray medieval world. You play as Geralt of Rivia, monster slayer, grump, and father figure in denial. The world of The Witcher is bleak, beautiful, and full of nuance. No good guys. No bad guys. Just politics, power, and some very confused ghosts. Side quests here aren't filler. They're entire stories, better than most games' main plots. One moment you're solving a haunted house mystery. The next, you're helping a bloody baron search for his missing family, and questioning everything you thought you believed about redemption. The combat? Deep, customizable, and tactical. Potions, signs, oiling your blade. You're not just hacking and slashing, you're preparing. And you'll need to, because some of those monsters are straight-up nightmares. And let's not forget the DLC. Blood. And wine alone could be a standalone game. Tucson is a painter's dream world, all sunshine and wine, until things get very dark. Witcher 3 is a textbook definition of open world done right. It's an RPG epic with soul, brains, and an absurd amount of Gwent. Absolute must-play. Number 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Okay, let's get weird, Kojima style. Metal Gear Solid 5 isn't your typical open world. It's a tactical sandbox where you, Big Boss, aka Venom Snake, infiltrate enemy bases in Afghanistan and Africa, or ride a horse that poops on command. Seriously, the world is open, but it's not packed with filler. It's dense with opportunity. Every outpost is a puzzle. You decide how to approach. Loud and lethal, silent and sneaky, or some ungodly combination of rocket fists, decoys, and tranquilizers sniping from 800 meters away. And it's not just about shooting. It's about gathering intel, analyzing enemy patrols, upgrading Mother Base, and building your army. You can airlift goats. You can deploy decoys. You can extract entire platoons mid-fight. The flexibility is unmatched. The AI is smart, adaptive. Use headshots too much? They'll wear helmets. Attack at night? They start using flashlights and NV goggles. It's systems upon systems, and they work. Sure, the story is famously unfinished. But what's there? Some of the best gameplay loops in open-world history. Tactical, experimental, and oh-so Kojima. MGSV proves that an open world doesn't need to be crowded. It just needs to be clever. Number 3, Baldur's Gate 3. Yes, it's a CRPG. Yes, it's turn-based. But Baldur's Gate 3 earns its spot here because it gives you total control in a world so reactive. It makes most choice-based games look like they're on rails. Based on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rules, you create your character or pick an origin character. Gather a ragtag party of traumatized weirdos, and set off across a richly detailed fantasy world filled with cults, gods, demons, and frogs with loot. But the secret sauce? The freedom. You want to kill a boss before the quest starts? Go ahead. Seduce a vampire? Sure. Turn into a bear and maul your enemies? Absolutely. Every problem has a dozen solutions, some serious, some deeply stupid. And the game rewards all of it. Dialogue options change based on who's in your party, what class you are, and how you've treated people. The world remembers. Even your enemies remember. And the story? Emotional, funny, dark, and drenched in forgotten lore. With one of the best casts in gaming and a campaign that respects your intelligence, Baldur's Gate 3 is a rare gem. A deep RPG that feels alive in ways few games ever do. Even if turn-based isn't your thing, give it a shot. You might just fall in love with a mind flayer. It happens. Number 2, Fallout, New Vegas. Old? Yes. Legendary? Also yes. Fallout, New Vegas is the definition of narrative-driven open-world freedom. Created by Obsidian, it takes the jank of Bethesda's engine and overlays it with writing so sharp it could cut your Pip-Boy in half. Set in the Mojave wasteland, you play a courier shot ahead and Left 4 Dead. And what do you do with that second chance at life? Join a post-apocalyptic republic? Side with Roman-inspired warlord? Help a robot dictator with gambling addiction run Vegas? It's all on the table. Every choice ripples. Factions remember your actions. Side quests spiral into main quests. And depending on your stats, you can talk your way out of most fights. Or just detonate everything. It's grimy, buggy, and beautiful in its own twisted way. It doesn't hold your hand. It hands you a revolver and lets you figure out the rest. To this day, few games let you roleplay like New Vegas. It's not about graphics. It's about freedom. The kind of freedom that makes your 10th playthrough totally different from your first. Long live the Mojave. Number 1, Grand Theft Auto 5. You knew we had to end here. GTA 5 is the kingpin, the open-world juggernaut that's still alive and kicking nearly a decade after release. Los Santos is a parody of LA that somehow feels more real than the real thing. Beaches, deserts, mountains, suburbs, ghettos, it's all here, stitched together in a world that's alive even when you're not playing. You rotate between 3 characters: Michael, the retired bank robber with a midlife crisis; Franklin, the up-and-coming street hustler; and Trevor. Well, Trevor is chaos incarnate. The switching mechanic isn't just a gimmick. It lets the game tell stories from multiple angles, both cinematic and chaotic. The heists are legendary. Planning them, executing them, choosing your crew. It's all interactive, and it matters. Every mission feels like a Hollywood set piece gone off the rails. And GTA Online? It became its own universe. You can run a nightclub, steal fighter jets, dress like a taco, and launch yourself into orbit if you feel like it. The sandbox potential is limitless. GTA 5 isn't just a game. It's an open world that became a platform, a genre, a meme, a culture, until GTA 6 lands. This one still wears a crown. And there you have it. 17 open-world games that will absolutely eat your free time and leave you loving it. I've played most of these way too much. And yes, I regret nothing. If you enjoyed the list, drop a like, maybe sub if you're feeling generous, and let me know in the comments which of these worlds sucked you in the hardest. I've been Dustin. This is Game Scene Wow. And now if you'll excuse me, I've got about 400 side quests to ignore. Catch you next time.